Sudoku guy with yet another tutorial. It's tutorial number 96, and I have to say a big thank you to Sam Hither. She's from Southern California, and thank you, Sam Hither, for sending me this puzzle. It's a tricky one, but it's a fun one. I can't wait to show you. So here we go. If you look at this very briefly, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do cross these blocks, horizontal blocks, and then the vertical blocks. But at the same time do cross meet. I could try and keep it in my head. It's called keep your memory working. And I need that at my age. So let's have a good look at this. Let's look at these three blocks. We've got 2 1s. We know that's because if that's the case, there should be a 1 here and a 1 here. Keep that in my memory. 2s, no 2s, 3s. And we have a 3 across here. We have a 3 up here. And we have a 3 up here. So those 2 cells are going to be a 3. One of those is going to be a 3. We don't know, but I've got to keep remembering that. 4, there's no 4s. 5s. There's a, come across to this block. No, there's nothing there. Go across to that block. There's a 5 up in here. There's a 5 up in there. The 5s could go there or there. 2 spots we could put them in. Keep it in your memory. 6s, no 6s. 7s, there's 2 7s. A bottom, a middle, and a top. The 7s could go in those 2 cells. Keep that in your memory. Okay, 8s, no 8s. 9s, there's 2 9s. 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. We know that 9 must go there or there. Look down, there's no 9s. We haven't got very far, have we? Haven't got one number yet. Let's go to these 3 blocks. 1s, we go across here, and 1 down in here. 1, 2, 3, no luck. 2s, we have 2 2s. We have a 2 here and a 2 here, a top, a bottom. We can have a 2 there or there. Keep that in your memory. 3s. And if I take this 3 across here, I'm looking at this block, take this 3 across here, that 3 down in here. You've got to have a 3 either there or there. Okay? 4s. Can't do anything with 4s. There's nothing to cross with. It's all by itself lonely. And 5s. I don't believe it. We've actually finally got a number. We have a center, we have a middle, we have a bottom, and this is going to be the top on these 3 blocks, so we'll put a big 5 in. Now, any ramifications of that? Well, we do know that from ramifications of that, there would be a 5 there, 5 there, I'm not sure yet. Let's push on. 6s, there's no 6s across there. 7s, there's only 1 7. Can we cross it though with something? Yes, we can. Look at this block in here, because I'm doing these 3 blocks. Bring that 7 down. A 7 there, that 7 can be there. 7 could be there or there. So it's a top, a middle, and this can be the bottom. Sorry about the little wobble there. Now, remember I said, memory again, 7 could be there or there. It can't be there anymore because we've got a 7. So it has to go there. The advantage of putting it only 2 spots. Well, that was neat. Fun. 8. Where were we up to? 8. Yes, we have an 8 at bottom, 8 on the top, and an 8 here. It has to go here. Now, remember we had a 3. 3s could be in here. If this 8 goes there, we know that this is going to be a 3. So let's put them in, 8. And this becomes a 3. Remember we said that bottom, top, middle. Okay, that was good. 8 9s. Anything in the 9s? Let's have a look here. Nothing much there. If you go right across here, a 9 has to be there or there. No, a 9 could be there or there, but it can't be because there's a 9 down here. We've got a 9. Very good. And we can double check that by saying left, right, and a centre. Oh, that was lucky. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now let's go and try these 3 blocks. Ones. One across here. Well, I can see something coming up. I'll come back to that. One across here, one down in here. We know that the ones have to be there or there. It didn't help us much. Twos. There's no twos along here. Threes. The threes, if we go across here, can't be a 3 in there. We cross here, it's going to be there or there. Not sure when yet. Keep that in mind. Fours, there's no fours. Fives. If I take this block here, we're going this way. 5 across here, the 5 is there, can't be there. Oh, there's a 5 up there, can't be there. So a 5 across there, 5 down here. This is the only place a 5 can go using the cross mute system. So let's put it in. Now, having done that, we now know that we have a top, we have a bottom. A 5 has to be in here somewhere. Keep that in our heads. Okay. Now, I've just noticed something here. See now. If I take this 3 and go across here, and I take that 3 and come down here, the only place in this block for 3s is there and there. Now remember, we said a 3 could be here or here. So that means that the 3 has to be here because it is going to be a middle, a top, and a bottom. Okay, and now we've got all the 3s this way too. 4s, there's no 4s along the bottom, leave it. 5s, now we should go somewhere, I think. 5 could be there or there. No, that didn't help us much. 6s, no, only 2 6s. We have a 6 possible there and a 6 possible there. Keep that in the head. 7s, no 7s. 8s, oh, we have 2 8s. We have a top 8 and a middle and a bottom. It could be there or there, and I'm looking up. No, that doesn't help us. We've just got to keep that in our head. Okay, memory. 9s. There's a 9 if we go across here. This block in here I'm thinking of. 9 across here. There's a 9 here. Go down there, so we can't have it there, there, or there. Oh, there's a 9 up there. Can't have it there or there. The only place the 9 can go is there. Let's put it in. What does that mean? It means that we have a bottom, we have a middle, a top should be somewhere in here. Okay. Okay. Now let's do these 3 blocks. There's a center, 1, a right, 1. That was a pun, a right 1. And there's a 1 down in here, so these 2 here could be a 1. One of these could be a 1. Okay, 2. Oh. 2's not going to help us very much because we've got 2's all over the place. We've got 2, 2, 2. It could be 2. Leave it. Too many. Too many spaces. I only want to put it in for their memory if it goes in 2 spots. 3s, they're done. 4s, there's no 4s in those 3 blocks. 5s, there is, let me see now. Well, look, remember when we put this 5 in and that 5, if continuing on, this has got to be a 5. Let's put it in because we said that these 2, one of these 2 had to be a 5. Now, center, left, has to be right. So here we put a 5 in there. Well now, did you notice that there's a column here with only 1 cell left? What do you do when you've got 1 cell left? Put a number in. Let's count up, find out what it is. 1, 2, 3. It's a 4. So we'll put the 4 up here on that column. Did you notice that column only had 1 left? Now I was doing 5s, wasn't I? Now we have a 5 here. There's a 5 up there. We have to have a 5 down in here. It could be there or there. But do you see something here? Did you see that this 5 stops it from being there? So that's where we can put our 5. Oh boy, I think we've got all the 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, pretty good. Now, where was he up to? We were doing 5s, 6s. Any 6s in here? Yes, there's one here, but it goes here, all over the place. Leave it. We wanted to go in 2 places only. 7s. Here we have a right, we have a centre, and it has to be in this section. Keep that in our minds. 8s. Here's a right, here's a centre, and 8 has to be there or there. Okay. 8's there, and 7's down here. Okay. 9s. We've got all the 9s. Great. Let's go to these 3 blocks. 1s. We can take this one up here and take that one across there, and then take one across there. 1s could be there and there, as we said right at the very beginning. Still the same. 2s. There's only 1, 2. 2 could be all over the place in here, all over the place in here, and leave it. 3s. We have a 1, 3. We know one of these are going to be a 3, but there's nothing else we can do with the 3 that I can see. If I take this 3 across to this block here, that 3 up there, we've got 1, 2, 3 spots for the 3, leave it. 4s, no 4s at all. 5s, they're all done. 6s, there's no 6s. 7s, well, we remember we said they could be there and there, could be down here and over here, too many. 8s, we have 2 8s, we have a centre, a left, and a right. 8s could go there and there. Remember we had an 8 that could go there and there too. Okay, 9s, not much help. Let's do these 3 blocks. 1s. I don't know, you've probably noticed this before, but when we put that 9 in, now a 1 could go there or there because it can't go there, it's in the same column. If a 1 could go there, it means that it has to go there or there. Let's look this way if there's a 1. There's a 1 there. Well, that 1 was a great discovery. This becomes the 1 now, because it can't be down there because there's a 1 there. Now, is there any ramifications for that right 1? Middle, bottom, top. Oh, it has to be here. Look, because we have a centre, a right, and a left. Well, that was a great discovery. It's exciting when that happens. Okay, 2s. Any 2s up here? Well, we know for a fact that 2 has to be there or there. Doesn't help us much at this time. 3s. 3. Cross this 3 here to this block here. 3. 3 must be there or there. But right now we don't know where it's going to go, which one. Leave it. 4s. There's only 1 4 again. It could go there or there. We could keep that in your mind. 5s that are done. 6s. 6s could be anywhere in here. Okay. 7s. Well, we have a top, we have a centre, we have a right. A 7 must be there or there. Now 7 could be. Okay, it must be there or there. Anyway, keep that in our heads. 8s. 8s we know for a fact could be there or there, because we did these 18 before, remember? It's a revision, keep it in your head. 9s. 9s are all there. Now what do? Well, I'm looking for any place where there's only 1 or 2 cells left, and you notice it already. We have 2 empty cells in that row, and it's a 1 and a 6. Now I'm looking up and down to see if that will help us at all. No, it's not. Over here we have 2 empty cells in that block, but did you notice this? I missed a 9. When I put that 9 in, I didn't do a ramification. I just noticed that we should have a 9 there. Now we only have 2 cells left there, so it's a 4 and a 6. Looking up and down. Not helping us at all. Now we can go to 3s, 3 empty cells. We can go to here, here, and here. And to save time, I want to tell you something. I tried all the places, there's not many of them, where there's 2 or 3 cells left, didn't make any progress. So now we come to the difficult decision of deciding what to do next. You can go ahead If you've got paper, you can do it. It'll take a time to do it, and you have to be accurate. But put all the possible little numbers in all the empty cells. Now, if you have a computer, it'll do it for you. But don't go away, because the most exciting part of this tutorial is coming up. Have a look at this. When you first look at that, you say, "Oh my, oh my, oh my. This looks really tough." But don't worry. A couple of little tricks will be amazing. You'll be amazed at what can happen. So here we go. The first thing I do when we've put all the little possible numbers in is that I look for any single numbers. There's none. Then I look for matching pairs. And there are 4 matching pairs here. If you want, just stop your video and have a look at it. See if you can find them. If you don't want to stop your video, I'll show them to you. First of all, there's ones that I mentioned earlier. There's a 1-6 here and a 1-6 there. Remember that? And there's a 4-6 here and a 4-6 here. That's 2 out of the 4. There's another one. Here it is. Can you see it? It's on row 7. Row 7 along here. We have a 2-4 and a 2-4. Another matching pair. But here comes the fun. There is another matching pair. Can you find it? If you want to try and look for it yourself, turn off the video, stop the video and study it. I'll stand to the side so you can see all the numbers. But if you don't want to do that, let me show you. It is called a hidden matching pair. And underneath the video, in the description side, I put down a video number, I think it is 23, where I cover the hidden matching pair. I also cover it in things like in tutorial 88. Anyway, so let me see now. If you look, if you haven't found it, this is where it is. It's in row 7. And because we have a 2-4 matching pair, any other 2-4 in this row can be removed. And guess what? We have a 2-4 here. Let's see if I can get rid of them cleanly. We have a 2-4 there. Okay. We have a 2-4 here. That's not part of the matching pair. We can get rid of that one. And we have a 4 here. And what are we left with? Well, can you see what's going to come up? We've got a big 3. Then we've got a 3 there. That becomes a big 3. If that becomes a big 3, watch what happens. I'm going to quickly get the blue pen now. If I get the big 3, this becomes, that 3 goes, we've got now our first number out of all those numbers. We've got a number, way to go. That 3 means that this 3 goes, this one here. And what are we left with? We are left with a 7-9 matching pair. Isn't that neat? Now, there's another feature of this matching pair. It's actually in, not only just in a row, but it's in a block. And when it's in a block, it means that you can get rid of any other 7 or 9 in this block. So let's do that now. There's a 7 here. There's a 7 here. Is there another 7? Yes, there is. There's another 7 here. Now, what does that do? That makes this 4 a big 4, because it's the only one left. So we've turned it into a big 4. Now, if that is a big 4, have a look at this while I'm drawing it on here. What are the ramifications of that big 4? Let's look at the row first. That big 4 means that this 4 goes. That 4 means that this 4 here goes. Isn't that neat? Now we've got the 4s in the block that can go. That 4 goes. And this 4 goes. And whoopee, we've now got another single number. It's a 6. So let's see now. If this is a 6, let's make it into a 6. What does that do? That makes this 6 go, and we're left with a big 2. Boomity, 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 boom. Things are happening. Okay, that 6 goes, and we're now left with a big 2. Here it is. Now, what does that big 2 mean? I'm going to look just in this area to begin with. That 2 means, oh look, we can get rid of this 2. We can get rid of this 2. So I get rid of this 2, and what are we left with? We're left with a single 7, so that becomes a big 7. Now, if that becomes a big 7, let's look and see what will happen. If that's a big 7, this 7 here can go. Okay? And now that we have, well, look at that. Because we have that 7 there, we know that one of these in this block is going to be, in the matching pair, is going to be a 7. Therefore, it's a middle, a top, and a bottom. This number here has to be a 7. Okay? Let's make it a big 7. Now we've got a big 7 there. What does that do? That gets rid of this 7 here. And you're left with a 4. Oops. Okay? We have a 7, 7, 7. Well, isn't that interesting? Now, guess what this 2, we did 2 that direction, now take this 2 and go this direction. When we go this direction with this 2, that 2 disappears, and what are we left with? Another big 4. So let's make it a 4. Here we go. Make it a big 4. Now what's the ramification of that one? Oh, that 4 has to go, so we're going to get a big 2. Big 2. Isn't this exciting? All kinds of things are happening just down in this part of the puzzle. There's more to come though. If there's 2 there and 2 there, one of these has to be a 2. If there's a 2 there, this 2 goes, and guess what? We have a real big 4. So we now have a big 4. Now, I could have taken each of these. Look at all, isn't that amazing? All those blue numbers we got just because we discovered that hidden matching pair. Isn't that exciting? Now, I haven't done any ramifications from all these numbers to go up, so now's the time to do that. I just wanted to show you what this situation here can cause tremendous success. Okay, so let's take one at a time. This was a new number, wasn't it? So that this 4 goes, and this becomes a big 6 because it was a matching pair. See the advantage of putting in just 2 little numbers only, a number going in 2 cells only. So now that 6 goes, and this becomes a 4, big 4. Now let's look at the ramifications here. We've got a completed row there. Oh, neat. Okay, we got a completed block there. Okay, there's more to come yet now. Let me see now. We've got this. When I put this 2 in, that 2 can go to make that a 6. But there's another way. There's more than one path to prove that that's a 6. If his is the 6 on the right, this is a 6 on the left, there's a 6 in the center, and so two ways of showing that that's going to be a 6. Now, what does that mean? Well, this 6 and this 6 help these 6s to go. Okay, those 6s have to go. And it leaves us with, can you see what it's going to leave us with? Get rid of those 2 6s. We have another matching 2 8. 2 8 pair. Here's another 2 8 down in here we made. Okay, now let's look at that 6. Let's look at that 6 and 4, 4, they're all there. Look at all these 6s along here we can get rid of. We can get rid of this 6. We can get rid of that 6. We can get rid of that 6. Ah, fantastic. Now, I was going along these new numbers one at a time. We got to 9, I think we're now up to this 2, okay? This 2. Okay, if this is a 2, that 2 goes. See what we got left? This 2 goes. And this 2 goes. So that leaves us now with a big 4. So let's make it a big 4 and look at the ramifications of that. The first thing I'm going to do is to go up here into the puzzle, and that 4 has to go now. And this 4 over here has to go because it's in the same block. And this 4 here has to go because it's in the same block. And this 4 here has to go because it's in the same block. So we've done the block. Now let's go across here. and ramifications. That 4 goes now. Whoops. Now we went in the block. We went across. Now what about coming down? Oh, there's a 4 there. Okay. 4, we are lucky. Things are happening. Okay, I think, have I done all the 4s? I think so. Now I saw something there with the 6s. Where was it now? Oh yes, look at all these 6s up in here. This is now a real 6. If we went 6, 6, 6, it wouldn't work. It doesn't work. There's no room for a 6 up there. So therefore, we have to go up to those 6s and down to those 6s. So it's bottom, top, and the middle. If that's the case, we can get rid of this 6 because we can't go use them because there's no 6 possible up there. So that was neat discovery. So now we know that there's one of these is going to be a 6 and one of those is going to have to be a 6. Oh boy, oh boy. Now, that's all a result, all of that is a result of this 2. Okay, now let's go to 3. Oh, there's a 3 up there. Okay, get rid of that 3. Okay, now let's go to this 5. And it's all there, okay? No, that wasn't a new one. This one's a new one, a 4. Let's get rid of the 4s up along here. Yeah, let's get rid of this 4. Any other 4s? No. Now this is, you may have noticed this, but if you didn't, it's okay. But here we have a right 4, here we have a left 4. In here, it has to be in the center. And that's the only place it can go. And besides, there's another reason why this has to be a big 4, because in that block, that's now the only 4 that's left. So we make it into a big 4. We get rid of all this other stuff and make it a big 4. That was a great discovery. Okay, it's only one way you can go. Now we've got a 4. That was the 4. Now we had a 6 here. That was a new 6. Let's see if the 6 has anything to do. Yes, it does. This 6 here can go. Okay, we're left with a 1, 7. Now 6, 6, 6. Well, that could be either. Which way? It could be either way. Okay. Now let's go to this 7. Anything up here with a 7? Or around here? No, it's all done. What about this 4? Oh, this 4's got something. Go up this column. There's a 4 there. Get rid of that 4. And boy, oh boy, does that 4 mean... Have a look at that block. There's only 1 4 left. So it has to be a big one. Fair enough. So let's get rid of all these little numbers. Isn't that neat? You get rid of that many numbers in one shot. That has to become a 4 because it's the only place for a 4 along there, and it's the only place for a 4 in that block. Okay, now let's look down. Anything 4s down in here? Any 4s? We got them all, I think. Oh boy, that was neat. Okay, now if that's a 4, what we've got now, when I rub these out, this is neat. We now have a, did you see this? We have a 2, 8 here and a 2, 8 there. That's a matching pair. The same rule applies. If it's a matching pair, any other 2 or 8 in that column can be removed. So we take this 2 and take it away. And we take this 2 and take it away. And what are we left with? A big 3. Whoopee. So let's turn that into a big 3 and see what happens. Now we have to look at the ramifications. Any 3s down in here, any 3s across here. 3, 3. All the 3s are there on there. Okay, what about this way? There's a 3 down here. This one has to be a 3. Oh, gee whiz. I had a brain flash then. This is going to become a big 3, so make that a big 3. Okay. Now, what does that do? Oh, look at this. That 3 goes and we get a big 6. Let's get rid of that 3. And we make that into a big 6. And if that's a big 6, what's the ramifications of that? That big 6 goes, and now we have a big 2. So we make that into a big 2. And all of that's got ramifications too, up and down, I just noticed. If that's a 2, this 2 goes, okay, and this becomes an 8. And because it's a matching pair, we've got 2 more to solve. We've got several more numbers just because of that. This now becomes a 2 because it was a matching pair, 2, 8. This becomes a 2. Now if I go across here, oh, look at this. We've got all that line now. Ooh, whoopee. We've got now a 2 here. It can go because of this 2. We can get rid of that 2. And that gives us a new 6, a big 6. So we make that a big 6 and see what that does. If this is a big 6, then this 6 here goes, and it becomes an 8. So we get rid of that 8 and make it a big 8. If that becomes an 8, then this 8 goes, and this becomes a 9. Wow, things are really moving along here. That 8 goes, and this becomes a big 9. If that's a big 9, let's look at the ramifications. I can see all kinds of ramifications with that 6 that I missed. And that 8, oh man, all kinds of things are happening here now. Let me see now. I'm losing my place. Where was I? The 9, this, the idea favourite hidden matching pair is going to be solved. Right, centre, left. This will be a 9. If that is a 9, then the other one is a 7. This becomes a 7. And I just noticed when I was looking up at that 9 that I didn't do the ramifications of that 6. So let's do that. That 6 means that this 6 goes, and this becomes a big 1. Okay? And that big 1 means that that 1 goes, and this 6, because of that 6 goes, so we have a big 2. Make that a big 2. Okay? Let's look and see what's going to happen here. That big 2 means that this 2 goes, and this becomes a 6. Okay, here we go. This becomes a 6, a big 6. And we've completed that block. Okay, Now, this is interesting. I've just noticed this. This is the stage in the puzzle where all kinds of things start to pop up, and you can really, you've got several choices which way you're going to go. The key is to find them. That's where the key is. Now we have a 1 up there and a 1 down in here. That 2 means that this 2 goes. You've probably been yelling at me at that already. That 2 goes, and this becomes a big 1. And that 1 was a big discovery. And therefore this 1 here goes, so that becomes a big 8. Now we'll check that out. Always do a big checking out here. And this is an 8, 8, 8. That's right. Because of that 8, guess what happens over here? We've finished this row by making that 8 go and making this a big 2. Okay. If that is a big 2, now coming down here, remember that was a 2-8 matching pair? Well, the advantage of that is that this 2 now goes, and we have an 8 there. Okay, we'll make that into a big 8. And that 8, because this is a matching pair, makes this a 2, and that 8 goes. So this becomes a big 2. Okay. Now, things are starting to happen here. Now, when I put that 1 in, then that 1 in, this 1 goes. That was 1 that I missed. Okay, this is now going to be a 6. Okay, if that's going to be a 6, that becomes a big 6. That whole row's done now. Now look at this row here. Oh, look at that. That 6 means that this 6 goes. And this now becomes a big 7. And that makes sense because when I put that 7 in and that 7 in, where we now have a right, left, center. And now in this particular block there's only 1 left. And it's a 1. That 1, yeah, this 1 becomes a 1. Okay? And let me have a look now. Is there something I've missed somewhere? I don't believe it. that puzzle that had all those little numbers has been solved. Wasn't that fun? Don't go away, because I want to tell you one more thing. You'll find a lot of information underneath this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like. And thank you so much, Samantha, for sending us this one. Okay? Bye for now.